Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexi Yachts here. It is Tuesday, so we're doing Raptor Freak Tuesday trivia today, and I've got trivia questions already right here that we'll do soon when we have enough people in here. But yeah, it's about the Blue Jays. In some ways, we're talking about the Blue Jays today. That's why I'm wearing a Blue Jays hat, and I'm wearing that Blue Jays World Series 1993 shirt, like I showed y'all the other day. Yeah, the Blue Jays are currently the number one team in Major League Baseball. Well, half a game ahead of Detroit Pistons. I mean, Detroit Tigers. Sorry. Well, I'm an NBA guy. Sorry. Yeah, they're half a game ahead of the Detroit Tigers, and that's fantastic. 2 games ahead of the Yankees. So, yeah, when's the last time the Blue Jays were the number one team in Major League Baseball on September the 9th? Seriously, man, this is awesome. I love this. They have a 99% chance of making the postseason. They're going to make the postseason. That's right, man. It's awesome. It's so awesome. It's so good. Kaz is here. Good morning, Lex, Raptor Free Crew. I will know nothing. You don't know much about the Blue Jays, huh? Well, this is an interesting trivia. It is still a Raptor Freak trivia. So it's a melding of things. That's right. Amit's here. Good to see Amit Gaming 2K. Good morning to you, sir. I hope you're having a fantastic morning so far, or day. I guess it's a little bit later in the day for you. Haven't watched the Jays since I left Canada a month ago, presuming they have done very well. Yeah, they're number one team in the Major League Baseball. They have the best record in baseball right now, as of this morning, half a game ahead of Detroit Tigers and 2 games ahead of New York Yankees. And those are the 2 and 3 teams in MLB. So yeah, really proud of the Blue Jays. So I want to give them some shine and help. We're going to do some trivia today, and we'll see if we can figure out some answers here. Cool Cat is here. Good morning, Raptor Free Crew. Good morning to you, Coach. Hope you're doing great on this Tuesday morning. Yeah. Also today, the round of 8 in EuroBasket 2025 will be kicking off at 10 a.m. It will be, I believe it's Poland versus Turkey at 10 a.m. So that'll be Jordan Lloyd, Raptors champion, playing with the Polish team. He is their ringer. Do you guys know that the guy in the suit is in EuroBasket 2025, and he'll be playing Alperen Sengun and Turkey at 10 a.m. this morning in the round of 8. They're at the quarterfinals. And then at, I guess it's at 2 p.m. in Riga, Latvia, it will be Jonas Valanciunas and the Lithuanian team taken to the court against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Greek team. So that's your EuroBasket action for today. Some big matchups. Jordan Lloyd versus Alpi and Jonas versus Giannis. Yeah, let's go Valanciunas. Let's go Team Lithuania. And let's go Poland. Why not? Guy in a suit. Let's go Poland. Let's go, Jordan Lloyd, the guy in the suit. That's right. Cool Cat saying, happy to see Masai at TIFF with basketball movie. I wonder if Masai's still living in Toronto. Yeah, he is still living in Toronto. He said that Toronto's his home. Just because the Raptors dismissed him doesn't mean he has to move. So, yeah, I'm glad to see him in Toronto at TIFF also. The producer of the movie that worked with Masai said, I was amazed. Masai Ujiri just got on the phone and said, you want Obama to do the movie? Yeah, I'll get Obama. He just rung the phone and said, hey, Obama, will you be in my movie? And Obama said, sure, Masai. And he did. He was in his movie. And the producer's like, damn, Masai's got that. He's got that stroke. He just called up Barack. And Barack said, Masai, it'd be a pleasure to be in your movie, Masai. I'd be honored. Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. That'd be awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see Masai back in Toronto for sure. Amit saying there are 3 games played at once. Jordan Lloydski, 2, not 3. Yeah, they're only playing these games in a row. Those games tomorrow are tomorrow. There's 2 games today, and there's 2 games tomorrow. Half of the games will be played tomorrow, and half of the games will be played today, Amit. So there's only 2 games, one at 10 a.m., 1 at 2 p.m. That's Eastern times, guys. I'm doing the time for where I'm sitting right now. 10 a.m. this morning, in about a half an hour, there'll be the Turkey-Poland game. And then at 2 o'clock this afternoon, it'll be Lithuania-Greece. And then tomorrow will be the other 2 games. It's all good, Amit. People, we're going to make mistakes like that sometimes. It's all good. We're human. Shaq Lindsay is here. Good to see Shaq Lindsay. Was watching Kristaps in EuroBasket. Wasn't impressed. Looked really slow. I kept watching him, and I couldn't believe this is the guy Atlanta is banking their season on. Hilarious. Hilarious. Shaq Lindsay, you are funny, man. I like that. I'm gonna give you a dunk because I agree with you, man. The guy's a bum, man. Kristaps Porzingis, he had a hype about him partly because he got drafted to New York and they put all kinds of stuff on him. And in some ways, he is useful as an NBA player, but man, just the potential he could have been. All right, Shaq Lindsay, on 9-9, you're 69, my guy. 69 on the dunk charts for Shaq Lindsay. There you go. Wayne Strainer saying good morning. Good morning to you, Sergeant Wayne. Fiercey's here. Good morning, fam. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, Fiercey's saying I'm at the hospital with Dad, so Amit will definitely scorch us today. I don't know. This is going to be tough. It's Blue Jays trivia. And Amit's saying he may not be brushed up on it. Kaz is not saying he's going to do well either. Fiercey, is your dad okay? Is what Amit's asking. Yeah, we're I saw the pictures on Facebook of the celebration with your grandmother. That's awesome, man. That was it looked like such a good time. And I'm sad to hear about your dad. Hopefully he'll be pulling through and getting better and strong, and healing vibes and prayers towards Fiercey's dad for sure. Mr. Salsera. That's right. Yeah. Wayne saying Juan Guzman. I remember him. Assigned Toronto. Awesome. Yeah. Juan Guzman. Yeah. We were talking about Juan Guzman the other day. It was very interesting. Yeah. Ahmed doesn't watch baseball. So this will be very interesting to see how this goes. All right. We might as well start. We've got 11 people in. We're about 6 minutes in the stream. I'm at the end of the chat here. Yeah. Just blood work and routine check. Thank you for asking. Okay. Good. We like to hear that your dad's just there to get some blood work and get checked out. That's what we like to hear. That's right. That's good. We were very happy about that. I'm just saying, is this current Blue Jays or all time? I might know some stuff from the season. Well, this is not what this is. This is Raptors at Blue Jays at Raptors. And you'll see in just a second. Congrats to Raptors couple wedding. Who's that? What do you mean? Raptors couple wedding. You mean Riley Dick? Riley Dick got married this weekend, and it's Grady's brother. Grady's brother got married. I don't know who the Raptors couple is. I don't know who that is. Riley Dick got married, not Grady. Not Grady. Grady did not get married. Grady's brother did. Yeah, Carla may be wishing that. Yeah. Oh, two Raptors fans met online. They got married. Oh, I didn't see that story. That's not the Raptors. That's just Raptors fans. If it was y'all getting married, somebody in the Raptor Freak family, I'd be like, oh, that's news. But Raptors fans, there's millions of them. Raptors fans get married every day. Every day, Raptors fans get married. That's right. All right, here we go. Let's do this. We're getting the trivia. Unfortunately, I'm flying solo this morning because the commissioner of trivia, Adriana, is busy at this point, so she will not be in here to adjudicate. So I will adjudicate for the game at the same time as I do it. So yeah, Shaq Lindsay saying if it didn't work with Luka, why the hell would it work with Trey? Atlanta is in for a rude awakening. Yeah. I will completely agree with you, Shaq Lindsay, about Atlanta Hawks and prognosticating on them. Oh, yeah. Wayne said, me too, Amit. No American rugby, no hockey, no baseball, only basketball. All right, well, you guys might do all right on this either way. So just chill out. You guys might do really good still. Cool Cat saying those two fans are very vocal on social media, so it was cute. Yeah, I don't know who they are. If it was on Zazu Spaces, it's right over Lex's head. It's all good, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. To me, I don't know. That's news to me. I apologize. It's just, it's just how it is. I bet if I got married, nobody would give a shit too. All right, here we go. Question number 1, guys. Here we go. These Raptors attended a Blue Jays game on September 24th, 2023. One of them threw out the first pitch. Can you tell me which Raptor threw the first pitch at a game at the Skydome on September 24th, 2023? Full name answers. Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam. Nope. The date is September 24th, 2023. Do not Google it. Just think about the timeline. Jacoby Walter's a good answer, Kaz. It's not right. Who threw the first pitch at the Blue Jays game as a Raptor on September 24th? 2023. Yeah, don't Google it. Precious. That's a good guess. It's not Precious. It's not Jonathan. Jonathan's getting closer. Oshai, no half answers, but Oshai Abaji is not right, but you're close. I'd say you're the closest now, Shaq Lindsay. You are the closest. Grady Doc. Yeah, Randolph's going to get it, even though he spelled his name in the child-friendly version. Grady Doc. Yeah, I feel like that's the not safe for work. That's the filter for not safe for work. Grady Doc. Yeah, it's Grady Dick. Grady Dick threw the first pitch at the Blue Jays game on September 24th, 2023. Now, who went to the game with Grady when he went to that game? There was another Raptor there with him that did not throw the pitch, but he was there at the game with Grady. You got to think about who would be in his rookie class that would be there with him. Scott Wayne Barnes Jr.? No. We know Grady Dick threw the pitch at this game. So who was at the game with Grady when he went to the Blue Jays game? There was another Raptor that was there in a jersey that watched the game. He did not throw the pitch, obviously, but he was there with Grady watching the game with them. Yeah, who was that other Raptor? There you go. This is another 100 points. Full name answer. Marquise Noel is right. Marquise Noel was the other Raptor who was at the game with Grady Dick when Grady Dick threw the first pitch. This is around when Grady Dick got drafted. That's right, 2023. All right, y'all. That may be your way of figuring it out, guys. No Googling, Amit. I know you made a good guess there. You may have found the picture. All right, here we go. This is a reverse, guys. This Blue Jay attended a Raptors game on April the 28th, 2019. It was the Philadelphia semifinals against the Sixers, the first game of the series in Toronto. This Blue Jay was at the Raptors' first win over Philadelphia in that third round of our championship run. What Blue Jay was at that game? You better put that full name answer in, Seymour. You know that man has two names. There's two people with that name. You better get that right now. If you want that, you're going to get seagulled. If you don't put that extra part, I'm just going to seagull you, man. You can't do that, man. There's a guy named Vladimir Guerrero, and he played for the Montreal Expos. And that is not the right answer. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is the right answer. So Amit Gaming's going to get it. I'm going to be tough, y'all. In some ways, Adriana can be very kind and nice with so how people get Grady Doc, and I'm getting stiff. That's because Randolph is not playing trivia as much as everybody else, and he had a spell correct. But yeah, the junior's part is important. The junior part is important. He did misspell Vladimir too. Yeah. Because you said Vladimir Guerrero, and that's the guy who's his dad. That is the dude. Yeah, it's all good, Seymour. I love you, bro. I love you, man. Yeah, it's Vlad Guerrero. You know, he was a rookie around then too. And he showed up, and he was in attendance at the Philadelphia first game with Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, JJ Redick. So Vlad Guerrero Jr. showed up for the Blue Jays that day. For the Raptors that day. All right, guys. This Toronto Raptor threw the first pitch at a Blue Jays game on April the 6th, 2014. This Toronto Raptor threw the first pitch at a Blue Jays game on April the 6th, 2014. Yeah, which Raptor threw the pitch at April 6th, 2014 Blue Jays game? Yeah, you guys got to guess. In some ways, it's about dates today. In some ways, it's about dates. What Raptor would throw the first pitch on April the 6th, 2014? Yeah, full name answers do not get seagulled. Do not get seagulled. That's a seal. That doesn't sound like a seagull. What is a seagull? That does kind of sound like a seagull, though. They make those noises. They do make those noises. Don't get seagull. Holiday. No, it's not Holiday. Pascal Siakam. Did Pascal Siakam throw the first pitch at the Blue Jays game on April the 6th, 2014? No, he did not. DeMar DeRozan did. And Amit Gaming's getting this one again. Yeah, it was DeMar DeRozan who threw the first pitch. Of course, DeMar and Kyle are on the cover photo for today's trivia, enjoying a Blue Jays game in their full Blue Jays gear. That was during the playoffs, actually. That picture for the stream today, that was during the run in the playoffs with Josh Donaldson on our team just over 10 years ago or so. Yeah, something like that. You didn't capitalize the R? I won't be a stickler on that. DeMar won't be too upset. But look at you coming in and getting it right there. I like that. Amit. You came through with it like that. All right, let's keep going, guys. You're kind of seeing the way this goes. All right, these two Blue Jays attended the Raptors game on January the 28th, 2014. I have two Blue Jays at the Raptors game on January the 28th, 2014. So you got to know who was on the Blue Jays in 2014. Because I think there were more than just these two guys, but I know these two were confirmed there at the game. So which Blue Jay went to the Raptors game on January the 28th, 2014. Yeah, we might need Reggie in here. Where's Smooth Brown Man? He has his Blue Jays knowledge. We're going to need some Blue Jays knowledge in here. So what Blue Jays would have been at the Raptors game on January the 28th, 2014? Jose Bautista is a good guess. It's not right. It is not right. Chris Bosh. No, we're doing Blue Jays right here. Only Blue Jay I know that isn't current. Josh Donaldson. No, this is before Josh Donaldson. We're talking January 28th, 2014. What Blue Jays? There's two of them. There's two answers on this question. We're at the Raptors game on January the 28th, 2014. Two Raptors in attendance in the front row at the Raptors game. I mean, two Blue Jays in attendance at the Raptors game in the front row. Who was it? Who were those Blue Jays that went to the Raptors game on January the 28th, 2014? Yes, we know the date, and we're guessing. I will say this. One of the players was a DH first baseman, and he was, somebody that if you know around that time in the Blue Jays organization, you probably figure out who it is. The other one was a starting pitcher who, let's just say, what's a good clue for him? He has the same last name as a tall guy who was on our team last year that ended up going to Oklahoma City and winning a ring in his rookie year last year. Yeah, he has the same last name as that guy who was on the Raptors last year, but he ended up winning a ring with OKC last year. Yeah, there you go. That's the last name. That should be easy to figure out there. And then the other one was a first baseman DH for the Blue Jays at that time in 2014. January 28, 2014. What Blue Jays were at the Raptors game? Come on, y'all. It's Tuesday trivia. We're Raptors at Blue Jays at Raptors is what we're doing today. That's right. That's right. We're going to figure this out. Who was where and what was that? Who is the pitcher who shares the same last name as a Raptor from last year who was you don't know former Blue Jays? Give me the word and I can find it. Yeah, he's just itching. He'll do that if he has to. No, figure this out. Seriously, think about this, guys. What Toronto Blue Jays pitcher has the same last name as a guy who was on our team last year but ended up winning a championship with the Oklahoma City Thunder by the end of the year last year? Yeah, that should be easy. You should know who that is. And you know their last name. Well, then you know the last name of the pitcher that was at the Blue Jays game on January 28, 2014. The other guy who's more well-known was a first baseman / DH for the Blue Jays around January of 2014. Marcus Stroman is a great guess by G, but it's not right. Was the guy on our team last year Stroman? No, that's not what his last name was. Who was that guy? Y'all, some of y'all liked him. You're like, man, we should have kept that guy, but he went to Oklahoma City. That's annoying. That's annoying. And then he won a championship in his rookie year, just half-assing through his career right through the first rookie year. And then, boom, he's a champion in Oklahoma City. And he's hanging out with SGA and Lou Dort and championship parade. Yeah, who was that? You guys don't even remember who that was, do you? Wow, you guys really wiped your mind last year as far as saying he was on our training camp. He was in our team, and then we cut him at the beginning of the year. We changed our two-way contracts. Come on, you should get the last name for that. Ahmed Gaming. Come on, you know who that player is. Yeah, you know the name. You know the last name. You know the last name. Well, why doesn't other people know the last name? Brandon Carlson is exactly the player I'm talking about. So the last name is Carlson. So y'all need to find the baseball player that played for the Blue Jays that has that last name, who was a starting pitcher around 2014. That'll get you the answer right there. That's right. You guys just don't know baseball. Man, we need some baseball experts in here. That's right. I'll bet you if Smooth was here, he'd guess it right away. There's a pitcher that pitched for the Blue Jays in 2014 who had the last name of Carlson. What is his first name? You put in the first name with the last name, you get the points. That's what it is. You know his last name. So who was the first baseman DH? This may be the hardest question, to be honest, in the whole trivia right here. Michael Carlson is not right. His name is not Michael. Let's just say his first name is one of the main characters in Breaking Bad. His first name is one of the main characters in Breaking Bad. You're itching. He wants to go. You guys trigger figure. He wants to get on that Google and just look. If we don't get this soon, Adam Carlson is wrong. You're almost there. Jesse Carlson's right. Jesse Carlson is the name. Amit figured it out. Jesse Pinkman, Jesse Carlson, Brendan Carlson. Jesse Carlson was the starting pitcher for the Blue Jays at that time. That's right. Yeah, you got it through the hint. He's like, nah, it's not Walter Carlson. That sounds crazy. Walter Carlson, Skylar Carlson. No, that don't. Hank Carlson. Could be Hank Carlson. No, it's Jesse Carlson. All right, so who is the first baseman DH that was at the game with Jesse Carlson at the Raptors game on January 28, 2014? You know, we're going back now here. Yeah. Prayers to Naz Reeds, whose sister was killed in Newark, New Jersey. Yeah, her boyfriend killed her. Yeah, that's domestic violence, spousal abuse kind of shit. It's really sad. And that, you know, that's crazy, man. Seymour. Yeah, you messing up my trivia with that sad news, man. I feel bad for Naz Reed. I know Kat has said some nice words to him too. So, all right, who was the DH first baseman for the Blue Jays in 2014, guys? All right, Amit, go ahead and Google it. Go ahead and Google it. You can Google this one, but don't put it in any kind of way so you can find other answers on Blue Jays and Raptors games. Just say, put in Jesse Carlson at Raptors game and see who's in the picture with him. How about that? Yeah. Who is it, guys? Who is the first baseman DH for the Raptors at the time? It's not Edwin. Edwin Encarnacion is not the right answer. It was not Edwin, double E. That guy was badass. I like Edwin. Yeah. Encarnacion. That's right. No, that was not Edwin. Yeah, it was not Edwin. Who was at the game with Jesse Carlson? Ding, ding, ding. No, it was not Edwin. Dan Johnson. No, it wasn't Dan Johnson. You're getting the right position. No, this is a better player than Dan Johnson. Not better than Edwin, though. Played first base, and he also played outfield, too, but he was more first base and DH. Let's see. His first name is let me see. How can I do this? His first name. Well, actually, we'll do his last name. His last name is a brand of chocolate. If you put a T on the end of it. His last name is a brand of chocolate that you can buy if you put a T on the end of it. Yeah, Ryan Langerhaus is not right. Wow, Amit's not able to Google this very easy. This is interesting. His first name is the same name as Victor Newman Jr.'s other name. Yeah, if you know Young and the Restless, and you know Victor Newman Jr.'s his name that he's on the show, the character, you know the first name of this character. That's right. If you know Victor Newman Jr.'s name on the show, Young and the Restless, you know the first name of the player I'm looking for. Yeah, you searched up 2010 Blue Jays first baseman. Adam Lind is it? That's right. It's Adam Lind. Adam Lind was at the game with Jesse Carlson on January the 28th, 2014. Look at G coming in here. Original OG. OG. You put that O in front of that G, and that's the Raptors Freak Trivia Champion OG. First name on this trivia trophy right here. Coming in and getting it. That's right. You have no idea who those guys are. Adam Lind and Jesse Carlson. You have no idea. No idea who those guys are. All right. That was the hardest question. I'm not going to lie. All right, guys. Next question. This Toronto Raptor went to a Blue Jays game on June the 20th, 2019. And they were chanting MVP at him when he went to that Blue Jays game. That's right. You were born in 2009. I know, Amit. And Blue Jays are not in your forte. I get it, man. Yeah. She's saying, I can't stay, but I will try and play spoiler ever so often. Hey, G, whatever you can do to help. That was fantastic getting the Adam Lind there. Seriously. This is a little tough. I mean, I want this to be a little bit good for Blue Jays fans. That's right. Kawhi Leonard is the answer, Amit. Kawhi Leonard showed up at the Blue Jays game after we won the championship on June the 20th, 2019, and they chanted MVP at him as he came down the stands with John Attilia behind him, and he went and watched the Blue Jays game on that date. That's right. Kawhi Leonard is the right answer. Good job, Amit Gaming. Amit's doing very well today. All right, next question. This Blue Jay went to Game 6 of the 2019 NBA Finals in California when the Raptors won the championship against the Warriors. This Blue Jay was in attendance in California for the Blue Jays, for the Raptors, and witnessed the Raptors winning their NBA championship in person. He wanted to travel to San Francisco and watch, because he was a Toronto sports fan, what Blue Jay went to Golden State to watch the Raptors win their championship when they did in 2019 in California against the Warriors? What Blue Jay was there? Give me the full name. Greg Monroe. What are you doing, Greg Monroe? Get out of here with that. You like my hat? Yeah, my Blue Jays hat. That's right. We're doing Raptors at Blue Jays at Raptors. That's what we're doing. So this is your bread and butter. You better get all over this, trivia champion, because this is your bread and butter. This is your stuff right here. Jose Bautista is not the right answer. Marcus Stroman is not the right answer. Which Blue Jay went to California? He didn't have to. He was just like, I want to go and see the Raptors win because I'm a Toronto sports guy. I play for the Blue Jays, and I'm supporting the Raptors, and I'm going to California, and I'm going to sit in the stands and watch the Raptors beat the Warriors and get their first NBA championship. No, it's not Danny Jansen. It's not Marcus Stroman. It's not Josh Donaldson. Nope. It's none of those guys. 2019 Blue Jay flew to California and watched the Raptors win their championship in person because he was representing Toronto sports for the Blue Jays. Vlad Guerrero Jr., nope, he was the answer earlier. Vlad did go to the playoffs in that year, but he was at a Philadelphia game in Toronto against Joel Embiid and the Big Dummy. Yeah, that was he went to game 1 of the Philadelphia series, Vlad Guerrero Jr. That was question number 2 on this trivia already. Yeah. Who flew to Golden State? Now, I'll say this. You guys have made a lot of good guesses. This player has controversy. And also this player recently retired from Major League Baseball, like in the last 2 years. So who is it? Who was the Blue Jay with controversy? And he just recently retired. No, it's not Teoscar. It's not Hernandez. No. This person had controversy in Toronto for certain things. And in some ways he left kind of a shame. Yeah. A shame. Yeah. Now you guys should know this. I mean, I'll tell you the position. You guys will get it right away. Kevin Pillar is right. Dan Rosario is right. Dan Rose got it. Kevin Pillar was maligned for his anti-gay statements. But listen, he actually flew to Golden State and watched the Raptors win their championship. It's Kevin Pillar. Kevin Pillar is the right answer. Dan Rosario getting this one. Yeah, Kevin Pillar. Yeah, see, you guys know a little bit of Blue Jays. You're going to do good today. So if you know Blue Jays players, you're going to be all right. Rowdy Tellez? No. It was Kevin Pillar. All right, guys, here we go. This Toronto Raptor threw the first pitch at a Blue Jays game on September the 6th, 2018. This Toronto Raptor threw the first pitch at a Blue Jays game on September the 6th, 2018. What Raptor threw the pitch at that game? September the 6th, 2018. What Raptor did that? Yeah, who was out there at the Blue Jays Stadium and threw that first pitch at that game? That's right, Raptor. Toronto Raptor at a Blue Jays game, throwing the first pitch. Who was it? Who was that Raptor? That's right. Guesses, full name answers, please. DeMar DeRozan was already guessed. You know that. Jonas Valanciunas. That's it. Yeah. Smooth saying, geez, I can't answer this Blue Jay stuff. I'm working. Kyle Lowry. No. Serge Ibaka. No. Those are wrong. Yeah. I know Smooth's working right now. He wants to try and figure it out. Well, really, it's kind of the date. You should look at the date. They have to have been a Raptor around that time. And who will be there and doing that? The date is September 6th, 2018. 2018. Which Raptor would that be? It's not Serge. It's not Kyle. But it is somebody who got a championship ring with the Raptors. Norman Powell is not right either. It was not Stormin Norman. No. Amit's just going to keep filling it up. He's going to get the question eventually if he keeps doing that. The 95 Raptor. I like that, Kareem. I like the way you're thinking. But it is not the Raptor mascot. No, it's not. OG Anunoby's right. Amit got it. It was OG. OG went to the game and threw the first pitch on September the 6th. 2018. OG Anunoby. I see you, Randolph, just behind Amit. You had the right instincts, but Amit came in there and quick fingered and got in there just before you, Randolph. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, next question. This Toronto Blue Jay was at a Raptors game, playoff game versus the Cavs on May the 28th, 2016. This Blue Jay came and supported the Raptors against LeBron when LeBronto was going on. Yeah, Amit saying hadn't even played a game yet and threw out the first pitch. That's right. Anunoby. That's often the case. When the Raptors draft somebody, they go and they throw a first pitch before they even play for us. Jose Bautista is right, Dan Rosario. Jose Bautista was at courtside for a game against LeBron and the Cavaliers at that time. So Dan Rosario's getting this one. It was Jose Batista. Now, here's an extra question to this. Jose was at the game with an NHL player sitting next to him at courtside. What NHL player was with Jose Batista sitting in the front row in that series against Cleveland, watching DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry play LeBron James? What NHL player was sitting with Jose Batista in the front row at that game as a friend, hanging out with him? Yeah, I'll give you guys some clues. Give me some guesses first on who you think what NHL player was sitting with Jose at that Cleveland Cavaliers playoff game way back then. Eastern Conference Finals, I believe. It was the Eastern Conference Finals game, guys. It was that year we had Bismack. That's right. Morgan Riley? No, I'm talking about, I guess he is hockey. It's NHL. It's an NHL player that was sitting in the front row with Jose Batista. And who was it? I mean, I could give me a couple more names. I'll give you the team that he played for. I'll give you the team. Give me a couple more names, maybe two more guesses. Did he happen to also play in the MLB? If so, I know it is. No, I don't think he did. I don't think he did play in the MLB. He plays in hockey. He plays in the NHL. PK Subban is right. Kareem Thomas may remember this. Do you remember that, Kareem? Do you remember seeing Jose sitting with PK at that game? Because that's exactly right. Is PK Subban. Yeah, Kareem Thomas getting this one. That's exactly right. It was PK. That's right. Do you remember that? I'm serious. Do you remember that? Or did you Google? Or did you Google? I don't know. I don't want to know, I guess. In some ways, Kareem got it. It's PK Subban. Yeah. All right. Keep on going, man. You guys like this Blue Jays at Raptors? Raptors at Blue Jays trivia? Yeah. I mean, Lex is going to find trivia stuff like that. You know, PK was around a lot during that series. See, that's what it was. Yeah, he knew PK was around. There you go. All right, next question, guys. This Toronto Raptor threw the first pitch at a Blue Jays game on September the 17th, 2021. This Toronto Raptor threw the first pitch at the Blue Jays game on September the 17th, 2021. Yeah, Amit's like, I do not like this. G saying, bye, everyone. Good luck. This is a good one. Thank you, G. I like that. Siakam? No, it's not Siakam, Dan Rowe. That's a good guess, though. It's not Pascal. Gary Trent Jr. Fiercely coming in with the Gary Trent Jr. No, it's not Gary Trent. Yeah, it's not Gary Trent. G, I hope you have a great day. Justin Champagne. You're getting warmer. You're getting warmer there, Amit. Precious Achua? No, it's not Precious. I see what y'all are doing here. You got the right timeline. The date is September 17th, 2021. Scotty Wayne Barnes Jr. is right, Amit. That's the one that Scotty did it at. 2021, Scotty's a rookie. He just came in, and he went and threw the first pitch at the Blue Jays game before he started playing. And this is right around, guys, when we started this channel. You know, this channel is having its 4th birthday this week. I think it's on the 14th or something like that. So happy birthday, Raptor Freak channel. Is going to be right around that time right then. Yeah, Scotty Barnes was the person who threw it. It was not Delano Bant. It was not Malachi Flynn. Come on now. Was that the name full enough for you? Yeah, that's fine. You full named that to the extent of, you know, I don't know what you call that. That's like quadruple assing because you put 4 names on there. That's a quadruple assing. 4th birthday loading. There you go. Yeah, 4th birthday loading. Raptors Freak channel. Yeah, next week. It's going to be 4 years of doing this channel, the 4-year anniversary. That's right. Scott Wayne Barnes Jr. is right on that last one. All right, let's keep going, guys. I couldn't do all these questions to be exactly what we've been doing. No, you don't get double points for putting his Junior and Wayne in there. No, you don't. Come on, man. This guy is scrapping because he really wants to get more points. And he's like, man, this is hard. Come on, Lex. You got to give me double points, man. You did full name it. I know. In some ways, that's like a kid giving an apple to a teacher's pet. Come on, Amit. That's right. Kareem saying if Malachi Flynn threw the first pitch, he'd probably get banned for hitting a crowd member and charged for manslaughter. I know. I mean, he'd be able to throw the ball over the plate if it's a pro-am. Woo! Woo! Yeah, he'd be able to throw the ball over the plate if it's a pro-am. Yeah, woo! That's a good one. Yeah. Woo! All right, let's keep going, guys. All right. This is a little different than the format right now because in some ways I couldn't do the whole thing for the whole way. All right, the Raptors lost a game to Miami by 20 points at home on December 20th, 2002. December 20th, 2002. At that game, there was a sports icon in attendance where the Raptors lost the Miami Heat by 20 points on December 20th, 2002. What sports icon was at courtside at that game? Yeah, if it's pro-am or is he in prison? No, Malachi's not in prison, man. He's gone to play in Europe this year. He's gone to play in Europe. He's not Jonte, guys. Come on. Don't Jonte Malachi. Come on now. Oh, he's a Piston. Oh, I thought you said prison. No, he's in Europe. He's gone to Europe now, man. Yeah, Hulk Hogan's right, Amit. Hulk Hogan is the sports icon that I was referring to. When Hulk Hogan came to that game on December 20th, 2002, the Raptors lost to Miami by 20. Yeah, that was crap. Yeah, you said Piston. I saw prison. I'm wearing glasses. I can't see right. Since the owner of the Pistons has for-profit prisons, it makes sense. Come on now. Yeah, Malachi sucks, man. Yep. Yeah, we talked about this after he died. Yeah, we did talk about it a little bit after he died. See, you're remembering. I did do a stream on Hulk Hogan after he died on the stream. That's right. Hulk Hogan brought bad luck. Yeah, we lost by 20 at that game. Hulk Hogan lived in Florida too. He's probably on the down low, like rooting for Miami at the game, even though he's wearing a Raptors jersey. And at halftime, he did a halftime show with the Raptor. Like, that's the other thing that happened that day was Hogan came out during halftime and the Raptor and him did like a comedy show. Hulk Hogan and the Raptor. You know, I'll bet you this is what was going on. Like maybe Tim Donaghy was there with Scott Foster and they're talking about the game and refereeing it. And Hulk Hogan walked up to Scott Foster and said, "Hey, bro. Hey, what's going on, Scott Foster? Hey, brother." And he's like, "Hey, brother. Hey, listen. Could you make Miami win tonight? Because Raptors winning tonight, that's just, I can't do that, brother. I just can't do that, brother. That doesn't go for me, brother." You know, so he doing shit like that before the game, setting up the 20-point win for Miami Heat on the down low where he's wearing a Raptors jersey at the same time. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't put it past old Terry Bollea, that guy. Oh my gosh. All right, let's keep going, guys. What Toronto Raptor threw the first pitch at the Blue Jays game earlier this year on May the 15th, 2025? What Toronto Raptor threw the first pitch at a Blue Jays game on May the 15th of this year? Oshai Abaji is not right. It is not Oshai Abaji. What Raptor threw the first pitch at the Blue Jays game this year on May the 15th? Colin Murray Boyles, good guess. It's not right. It's not right. Not right. Colin was not drafted by us yet at that point, guys. This is before the draft. The draft is in like June, right? This is in May. So how would Colin be there, y'all? Colin was not a Raptor yet. Jonathan Mobo is not right, but you're getting closer. You're getting closer, Fiercey. That's right. RJ Barrett, no. Smooth, that's a good guess, too. It's not RJ. It's not RJ. What Raptor threw the first pitch? Jacoby Walters, right. Amit got it. He circled back and figured it out. Jacoby Walter threw out the pitch at the Blue Jays game on May the 15th of this year. That's right. Walter, don't you half-ass me. No, Walter McCarty. AJ Lawson. Yeah, I like that. Jamal Shed. No, it's Jacoby. Jacoby. Oh, you wrote Walter in afterwards. I see. All right. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more questions still in the Raptor Freak Tuesday trivia. All right, guys. This is a good one. This Blue Jays legend attended the Raptors playoff game in Toronto against Golden State in the finals. I think he was at the game I was at, game 1 of the NBA Finals in 2019. What Blue Jays legend came and supported the Raptors when they were close to getting their championship? And this is the right guy to come to help them win. Yeah, what Blue Jays legend was at our Raptors home games? And one of them, at least, in the finals against Golden State. Not Carlos Delgado. That's not the right one. No, this is the one you want to be there. That's right. Joe Carter's right. Smooth's right. Smooth's right. It was Joe Carter. Of course, it was our World Series MVP, Joe Carter, who belted that home run and single-handedly helped us win the championship with the Blue Jays. It was Joe Carter. Kareem Thomas is second in there after Reggie, Smooth Brown Man getting it. Yeah. Did you guys remember Joe Carter was at the Raptors finals game against Golden State in 2019? That was awesome. He got a good ovation. Obviously. Yeah, Delgado and Batista are the only two retired Jays you know. Well, you better go find out about Joe Carter. You better go find out about Joe Carter, Amit. You better go find out about that whole World Series team, 92, 93. Just like this shirt I'm wearing right here, World Series back-to-back champions, 92, 93. That's right. That's right. Yeah. So is Joe Carter is the right answer. That was the right answer. All right, 4 more questions, guys. This Toronto Raptor threw the first pitch at the Blue Jays game on April the 6th, 2008. This Toronto Raptor threw the first pitch at the Blue Jays game on April the 6th, 2008. Yeah, y'all get your Columbo heads on. Yeah, let's let's go through that date. Let me think here. Just the facts. Yeah, figure it out. Who would have thrown the pitch for the Blue Jays game from the Raptors team on April the 6th, 2008? Jamario Moon, interesting guess. Not right. Not right. Not right. Interesting guess. Interesting guess. What Raptor threw the first pitch at the Blue Jays game on April the 6th, 2008? Yeah. This is fun trivia. It's a little different. I like integrating the number 1 team in the MLB with the Raptors. That's right. I guess that because I know he was a rookie in 08. But he wasn't. I don't think he was a drafted rookie. He was undrafted, and he just kind of showed up on our team. Is that kind of Alvin Williams is a good guess. It's not right. That's the right position. I'll say that, though, Kareem Thomas. That's the right position. Andrea Bagnani. That's getting closer. That is getting closer, Amit Gaming. That is getting closer. But, yeah, that's not exactly right. That's not exactly. Who would have thrown the first pitch at the Blue Jays game on April the 6th, 2008? Yeah. Chris Boucher? Chris Bouchard? No. You like my hat, eh? You like it. TJ Ford is not right, but Jose Calderon is. Jose Calderon threw the first pitch at the Blue Jays game on April the 6th, 2008. 2008. That was Jose. Yeah, you just thought of point guards. You took that clue and ran with it. Yeah. See, Amit, that's why he's good at it. That's why Amit is a Raptor Freak trivia champion. We got the list over here. We got G, we got David, we got Amit, and we got Reggie. Those are our champions. That's right. Yeah, I love this logo too. I think so too. This ex-girlfriend of mine gave me this hat a while back. Yeah, I like it. I don't wear it very often, but I will put it on every once in a while. That's right. Yeah, it's the best Jays logo. I agree with that. Man, this shirt is really cool, man. Look at it, man. Look at that. It's got both the championships on it. 92, 93, back-to-back World Series champions shirt. Let's go. Let's go, Blue Jays. Let's get that 3rd World Series this year. That's right. That's right. What do you mean they're not going to win this year? Get out of here with that garbage, Amit. You want to dunk? You want to get a strike? You're going to get a strike, man. Talking like that. That's right. Chris Bosh? No, it wasn't Chris Bosh. I don't think Chris Bosh went through the pitch. He may have done it. He's not one of the answers, though, just so you know. All right, 3 more questions, guys. All right, this is a little bit different. You're talking about trivia? You're going to get second? Oh, you're not going to win this year? Oh, in trivia. Well, we don't know. There's still a lot of time. You know, trivia, we just started this season of trivia. So it's like we got to go all the way until the next Larry O'Brien next summer. So, yeah. Yeah, Kareem saying Amit needs to be banned for that comment. Oh, no, he was talking about the trivia, not the Blue Jays. Yeah, he made that clear. He's yelling. He was yelling it. I'm talking about trivia. All right, let's keep going. All right. This tennis star has been seen at Raptors games on October 19th, 2019, November 18th, 2019, and November 1st, 2022. What tennis star has been seen at the Raptors games on those 3 dates? Serena Williams is not right. That's right. Yeah. But it's a good guess. It's a good guess. Yeah. What tennis star was seen at Raptors games on these dates? October 19th, 2019, November 18th, 2019, November 1st, 2022. What tennis star was at those games in attendance at the Raptors at the front row? In some ways, there's a reason. Yes, that's it, Amit. It's Bianca. Bianca is the answer. She goes to a lot of Raptors games. But yeah, Bianca Andreescu is the right answer. Yeah, she was good when she started. Yeah, Bianca. Yeah, that's who it is. Yeah, all right, 2 more questions, guys, and we'll get out of here. All right. This Raptor threw the first pitch at the World Baseball Classic in Toronto on March the 7th, 2009. Yeah. This Raptor threw the first pitch at the World Baseball Classic. Where's Milbester? And Toronto on March the 7th, 2009. Who threw the first pitch at the World Baseball Classic when it was held in Toronto? Yeah, not even a Blue Jays game. This is a little bit different. Chris Bosch is wrong. Dan Rosario. It's a good guess, though. Vince Carter is wrong. Jamario Moon is wrong. Yeah, this Raptor threw the first pitch at the World Baseball Classic. It is right. Andrea Bargnani is right. Yeah, it was a Bargnani. And actually, the game he was throwing the pitch out for, Italy was playing in. So it was very apropos. Andrea Bargnani threw the first pitch at the World Baseball Classic when it was held in Toronto on March the 7th, 2009. And then partly was because he was the first pick in the draft, around that time and stuff like that. So yeah, Bargnani. That's the right answer. All right, last question of the day, guys. And it's a riddle. It's kind of like a riddle. So figure it out. Yeah, Bianca made history winning the U.S. Open in 2019. Yeah, she did good job, and she's looked good for Canada. That's right. Amit cleaned up. I think he did. All right. There's other answers, other people in here too, but we'll show the standings at the end. We'll see. All right, next question. Last question. All right, it's a riddle. Think open-minded here, but you might get it very fast. How many strokes in golf is the Blue Jays mascot? How many strokes in golf is the Blue Jays mascot? Yeah. You got most of the basketball ones? Yeah, you might have done pretty good. Amit pays a monthly subscription for some AI sites. I don't know if that's true. He's just a young man who likes to study basketball reference. That's what it is right there. That's just what it is. Ace, yeah. Okay, that's not my answer. The question is, come on now. How many strokes in golf is the Blue Jays mascot? One. Exactly, Amit. It's one, an ace. That's right. It's a one stroke. It's a hole in one. That's right. Yeah, you don't know golf? Well, you knew enough that an ace is one. And that's the last answer. So, yeah, there you go. Yeah, it looks like Amit got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you're getting 1,300 points added to your trivia score today, Amit. Out of 1,700 points. There's only 4 answers somebody else got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's actually 6. 6 answers that other people got because there were multiple answers for some questions. So, yeah, you got 14. The rest of everybody else got 6. So, yeah, you're officially in second now. I don't know if you are. In some ways, it's like there's a lot of people ahead of you, honestly. I don't know if you're exactly in second unless you're keeping track and looking. You just checked. Well, you don't know how many points people got on classic cards since the last time. Like if you're looking at last Tuesday, there's classic card points all week, and like Smooth and Slug Deezy and different people have been getting classic cards. So you don't know exactly where you're at. You could be. The last time I checked, you're like 4th or 5th. So if you're jumping all the way to second, that may be not exactly right. I think you might have jumped to like maybe 3rd. Maybe you jumped to 3rd. I don't know. We'll show you at the end. All right, there you go. There's the trivia, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This one was hard. I'm not going to lie because I didn't know what I was going to do on trivia until like 8 o'clock last night. Like, seriously, I was like, usually I come up with the trivia ideas like 4 days before the trivia or like 2 days before, and I think about it. But I was so the last minute last night, and I was kind of freaking out. And I was like, man, I want to do something with the Blue Jays. So I kind of got the wheels turning. And then to do the research for this one was very intensive. Like every single question took me like 10 minutes to research because I was trying to find out who was at Blue Jays games and who was at Raptors games and vice versa from the teams. And then researching the dates of when Scotty was at the game and threw the first pitch. That was really the big part of it, is like I have to get the dates so that there's something they can work off of. Because in some ways I can't just elaborate. Like the Kawhi question was easy to get because they chanted MVP at him. But it's like there's not interesting things that happen with every one of them. And if I really looked at every single first pitch, I could say, oh, this Raptor threw the first pitch and it hit the dirt before it hit the plate or something like that. I could have done that, but no, I just went the dates. It was a little bit difficult. Yeah, 550 points behind second. Well, we'll just have to see. We got to add it up. And we'll see how it goes. Because remember, some of the people that are in there with you got some points today too. So they're going to be going up too. So, all right, let's check and see what else we got to talk about today, guys. We got MLB leading Blue Jays. We love that. We got Eurobasket action that just kicked off. And currently right now, Turkey is playing Poland to start the quarterfinals of Eurobasket 2025. Jordan Lloyd, former Raptor, is in this game playing champion. They're tied right now in the second quarter, 19-19, from what I can see, Turkey versus Poland. That's pretty cool. They've ranked the top 14 newcomers for 2025-2026 season. And of course, Brandon Ingram's not on that list because they don't consider him a newcomer because he's been on our team for 6 months now. But I would say he probably ranks pretty high up there. I mean, they've got Kevin Durant as the number one newcomer on the list, and then Desmond Bane second. And I would argue that after Kevin Durant, Brandon Ingram may be the biggest add-on to any team in the league from that last season to this year. It's just they ain't going to count it because Brandon's deal went at the trade deadline last season. So, yeah, if you really want to do things right, like you're not a real news site, ESPN, at this point. You're a propaganda machine. You're a perception machine. You're helping Steve Ballmer right now with his bullshit. You're putting him on the air and trying to help him look innocent. It just totally shows that the billionaires and stuff like that will shape their image through media, and they're shifty and shady as fuck. And ESPN will kowtow to it. The president asked them not to show the booing footage of him at U.S. Open this weekend, and ESPN kissed his ass and licked that boot and took all the booing out of the footage that they aired on their Sports Center. So ESPN, two-figure salute to you. We already hated you, but now you're like you've compromised all your morals and journalistic integrity, and you're a boot-licking corporate entity that's full of shit because you're fucking kowtowing to wannabe King Donald Trump. And also, you're fucking trying to guard a fucking criminal billionaire named Steve Ballmer. So, yeah, you're fucking deplorable, ESPN. Absolutely shitty network. And all your bullshit and your rankings and stuff like that. Seriously, Kevin Durant, sure, the number one newcomer on a team. I can agree with that. Desmond Bane second? No, that should be Brandon Ingram, motherfucker. That'll be Desmond Bane second. Nah, man, he's not going to have as much of an impact as Brandon Ingram is going to have on the Raptors. So your stupid ass ranking is not truthful and factual, and neither is your fucking reporting. If you're going to X out booze for a fuckface idiot in the White House, and you're going to fucking cover up for a billionaire criminal like Steve Ballmer. That's right. ESPN officially compromised, y'all. Officially compromised. Fuck you, ESPN. Fuck you, Disney. Fuck you, ABC. Fuck your stupid ass conglomerate media bullshit. There you go. There you go. Boom goes the dynamite. That's right. That's right. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Let's check in on our WNBA fantasy. And Kaz has put the foot to the accelerator once again, and he jumped way ahead of me. Now he's 210 points ahead of me after last night's action. 1,023 points to 813. So, man, and there's only, today, tomorrow, and Thursday. There's 3 days left, and the season will be over. And, yeah, Kaz is going to be the champion. Kaz is going to be the WNBA fantasy champion. It's just coming. In the third place game, Meredith has a good lead over Kareem at this point. It's about 110 points. So that may be tough for Kareem Thomas to try and get that bronze at this point. Meredith will get the third place probably. In the fifth place game, Cool Cat is winning, but not by much. JP is competitive here. And he's actually coming at you with only 16 points behind you. So be careful, Cool Cat. This man's trying to come get you right at the end. Fiercey does have a commanding doubled up lead over Logical Raptors fanatic, so she will be in good place for seventh place. And it's already been determined at the bottom. James lost 2 weeks already, and even if he beats Edmond this week, he's still going to finish last, unfortunately. So, yeah, there's your update on the fantasy WNBA. We got a bunch of games tonight on WNBA. I'll go through them quick. The referees are Washington at New York. Roy Guibien is the crew chief with Tiara Cruz and Teresa Stuck. Minnesota at Indiana. Madge Forsberg will be the crew chief with Fatu Sissoko Stevens and Ryan Sassano. Chicago at Las Vegas Aces. Randy Richardson's in charge with Tim Green and Marcy Williams. Los Angeles Sparks at Phoenix Mercury. Michael Price, number 39, is the crew chief with Agana Bazi and Gina Cross. And finally, Golden State Valkyries will visit Seattle Storm. Isaac Barnett will run it with Amy Bonner and Biniam Maru. So there's your Raptor Freak signature referee report for WNBA action tonight. These names do not matter right now, but they will next year when the tempo come in and we start keeping the stats on the referees for the WNBA and how they go about things with the Toronto tempo, because we're going to be paying attention and I'll be keeping score. Yeah, for Teresa Resch. That's right. I'm going to do that for Teresa Resch. That's right. 5th place is a participation trophy. I thought, wow, the world is weird because they want there to be a haves and have-nots. People are shallow, sad people that they have to feel better about themselves by bragging about the things that they have in their life that are material. I own this much property. I have this much money. It's really sad in some ways that your identity and who you are and what you feel good about is all from outside of you. That's the worst. Those are the people that are the saddest motherfucking people in the world. You should derive happiness from yourself and your being and who you are. And you shouldn't need a stock portfolio or a huge amount of money or a bunch of property to feel good about yourself. That's just pathetic. This world wants us to compete and go against each other. It's the driver of capitalism. But the truth is, we're all just like the plants in the yard. We should all just grow on our own speed in our own ways in our own lives and not even have anything to do with each other. If anything, we should be cooperating and helping each other more than pushing each other back and down just to get ahead. That's what's gotten this world to this shitstorm that we're in right now, is greed, corruption, and selfishness. And people just worrying about themselves and pushing everybody down around them to try and make themselves up. Nobody looks good putting down other people to make themselves look good. You just look shallow and in some ways insecure. That's what I say to that. So yeah, 5th place, a participation trophy. Well, listen, Amit, 5th place is still participating. Yeah, you don't need a trophy. You need to show this because you're competing with yourself. You're not competing with anybody else in your life. That's a myth that they've all taught us. You need to be a better person than you were yesterday, not a better person than your neighbors and everybody else around you. Fuck that. They have their own lives and their own human design inside them and their own path and their life. And in some ways, you don't need to be comparing yourself to anybody else. The only person you compare yourself is to yourself yesterday. And that's what you do. That's the only person you should be competing with is yourself. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And it's all good, Amit. I'm just saying that we're conditioned. We have to understand how much we're conditioned from the day we're born by society, by our parents, by our friends, by everything, the collective rules of society. And all of it is garbage. Like, if we really want to get down to the basics of it, we are the same as the squirrels and a dandelion, as a mourning dove, as a dragonfly. These are all creatures of God and created on this earth, and we are the same. We're just organic creatures. And in some ways, we got into our brains that we're way more important. So we made all these systems and this crazy shit. But honestly, in the real world, in the reality of spiritual, organic human beings, carbon life forms, we are just like the everything else. It's just we made up a lot of extraneous bullshit that we honestly don't totally need. We really don't. The more we can be more like the natural world and just exist, the better. But this is the thing. Some people don't want us to just be able to exist and just be naturally happy and just live our lives. No, they want to capitalize on us. They want to use us to make money off of. And they want to prod us in certain ways. That's why we're conditioned to think that our lives are supposed to be a certain way. But they don't have to be. It's all bullshit. So when you decide to decondition your mind and stop thinking all the bullshit that was just put into us, conditioned into us by our childhood, by our upbringing, by society, by the rules of society, by the laws of society, by the governments of society, it's all bullshit. When we get right down to it, the only thing that is truly real is the soul inside our meat carcasses that is an essence and energy that is interconnected to every single other living energy in this world. And we've gotten too far out of touch with being connected with the energy that's naturally on this earth, like these trees outside, like these insects, like these animals, like these flowers, like these birds. Yeah, that's who we need to get connected with, along with our own other Homo sapiens and people of our kind. You know what I'm saying, man? No, it's all good. I appreciate you think I'm making a lot of sense. I don't know. Some people think you're a crazy ranting madman who lives in the woods, Lex. Nah, it's like lit. I've had a hard life. I've suffered a lot and I've learned a lot. And that's why I'm at where I'm at 50 at this point. Is that listen, I had to go through my journey to be enlightened, to be able to espouse and speak on these things like this, and to understand this kind of bullshit. Seriously, we got to understand how much we are conditioned with bullshit. Seriously, there's a lot of bullshit. Religion conditions us with bullshit. There's a lot of things that conditions us with bullshit. Let's just put it that way. All right, let me keep going. We'll get back on track here. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go a little off the rails every once in a while. Instagram stories. Evan Gilliard is on his way to Tokyo. He's on the G League United team, and he's going to represent the NBA G League in Tokyo. And he's flying. He's on the plane. He's flying over last night, and he's there. And now that we see on the footage, there he is in Tokyo filming the bridges and stuff. It's too bad you're not 905 anymore, man. I should maybe not follow you anymore, Evan Gilliard. But in some ways, I mean, it is what it is. You're a Memphis hustle. Luke Wynn, why'd you do that, man? There's Pascal Siakam getting his doctorate once again, the ceremony, getting the little sash put over his head. He's so smiling and happy. And he does the interview. Siakam is interesting, man. We look at Siakam's mood. We know he was totally depressed the last 2 years he was on the Raptors, and it was shown, and he's so happy now. I think that this finals appearance in the Pacers this year really bona fide him into a new level, and he's feeling more confident and more aware, and not more aware, but more seen. He's more seen. Let's just put it that way. And I think that's badass. I mean, in some ways, it speaks for itself. The fact that he's been to the finals a couple times and he's helped the Pacers get it out of the mud in the last couple of years, that's got to feel really, really rewarding. So I'm really happy to see Siakam with joy. He does these things now where he puts out, do you know this banger? he's listening to songs in his car and he's like, do you guys remember this song? He's like, and then he starts singing with it. He's dancing. I'm just, man, the exuberance of joy with Siakam just makes me so happy. Seriously. I wish it could have been still with the Raptors, but in some ways, if it isn't, I'm just glad he's happy. Seriously. And Siakam deserves this happiness. Seriously, he does. Shamshay is still putting on blast Bruno Fernando. He really is impressed with his former teammate Bruno and the Angola victory at Eurobasket. We know Ulrich Shamshay is very proud of his roots from Africa, and he's very supportive of other African players that play in basketball. He's very, very supportive. Teresa Resch is telling us where to watch the WNBA tonight. So if you want to know, go look at Teresa Resch's Instagram stories. She can tell you where you can watch WNBA in Canada on TV. That's right. Toronto Temple's saying the same thing. They got a watch party pack coming up. So win a Temple watch party pack. And I think that they're going to do watch parties down at the NBA restaurant possibly for the playoffs for the WNBA. We'll have to see. Of course, this weekend is the big weekend in Montreal for Toronto Temple. On the 13th, there will be a skills and drills competition in Montreal. Toronto Temple's coming to your town with swag, so get out there in Montreal. That's right. Coach Andrew Jones has got his children on blast once again, as usual. Let's see. Norman is coaching. The grind is in heat gear, and he is working it out. He was on that list of additions to the new teams. What did they list him at again? What was his rank on that list? Let me see again. Norman was, all right, this is the ranking. It was Kevin Durant, Desmond Bane, Cameron Johnson, Mike Brown. They put him on as a coach. Man, that is not a good thing, man. I'm telling you, he's going to be horrible, man. He's going to be horrible, and he's going to be really run. All right, number 5 is DeAndre Ayton for the Lakers. That is totally Lakers-centric bullshit right there. Miles Turner to the Bucks. Chris Stapps to the Hawks. Cooper Flagg to the Mavericks, of course. Going to sneak him in there. And then Norman to Miami Heat. Jalen Green to Phoenix. Ty Jerome to Memphis. Bradley Beal to the Clippers. Wow, Bradley's all the way down at 12. Dylan Harper to the Spurs. Why would they even put rookies on here? Why would you guys even put rookies on here? Don't give them fucking rookies on there. We want to see the moves, man. That's why Brandon should be on here. VJ Edgecombe to the Sixers. Oh, my gosh. What a joke, man. They put the top 3 draft picks on that list, man. Norman 9th on there. It's so crazy, man. Amit saying Siakam's last season was the happiest I've seen him since the pre-bubble 2020 season. Yeah, he's been very happy in Indiana since leaving the Raptors. And that doesn't say anything about the Raptors, guys. Doesn't say anything about him hating Toronto or not liking being on the Raptors. It's just the time had come. It had been spent as far as his time with the Raptors and everything that he needed to do here at his part. It was all over that chapter. And in some ways, it's great because he's gone to new horizons and things are being successful for him there. But yeah, that's just how it goes. I mean, when you get to the pinnacle, you get the championship in 2019, and then you go through a pandemic. You have to move the team to Tampa. You got to do all this other crazy bullshit, and you're losing more. Of course, you're going to get a little jaded and feel like you're stuck a little bit. And I mean, losing sucks in the NBA. And Siakam had to deal with it. That was a big part of it right there. Big part of it. Fiercely saying, I'm hoping the Toronto Temple will come to Ottawa. I bet you they will. I bet you they will. Cool Cat saying 3 players I'm looking forward to this year are Shamshay, Grady, and Colin. Their improvement will impact the team gratefully. Yeah, Grady probably first. Colin's going to be a great addition. And let's wait on Shamshay. Let's wait. Let's not get ahead on Shamshay here. Yep, that's right. Let's see. Jamal Shed is let's see, what is this? Sorry if I'm not answering, guys. Jamal Shed is not answering his phone. So what's going on? AJ Lawson was featured on CBL website for coming to a game. They said the NBA players came out and supported CBL this year, and they got a picture of Lou Dort, and they got a picture of AJ Lawson, Chris Boucher, a couple other guys that went to CBL this year. Jamal Murray, I think also Benedict Mathurin. Yeah, but AJ's in that, and he's reposted it. That's very cool. Where in the world is Serge Ibaka? Where in the world is Serge Ibaka? He's in New York City. That's where he is. He's at Times Square. So Serge is over on this continent once again. He had hopped over to Africa. Then he went to Europe for a little bit, and now he's back in North America in New York City, New York. That is where in the world Serge Ibaka is. Raptors official admin, you guys are weird, man, with your NBA paint. Like, what the fuck is this, man? Seriously. I don't think these people know the history of the Raptors that are running our social media. We are not a childish team. When we were coming in the league, they wanted to call us the Barneys. They called us the Barneys, and they sang the stupid ass song, I love you, you love me, whenever the Raptors would come out to the arena. This was early in our franchise history. And purple and the dinosaur and all that stuff, they were calling us the Barneys. And in some ways, I hated that. I hated that so much. It was very disrespectful. This childish trend of Raptors admin using NBA paint for all kinds of stupid shit right now, in some ways, is annoying the fuck out of me. Now, what is this weird shit that y'all posted yesterday? Biscotti Barnes. Like, you are calling our franchise player a fucking cookie? Like, what is this shit? Seriously, Biscotti Barnes. You got a picture. It looks like a piece of shit, by the way, Raptors admin. And you put a number 4 on it. And then a little mug of coffee with the goofy ass Raptors logo that y'all made this summer. And you're calling him Biscotti Barnes? Biscotti Barnes. First of all, he likes Greek salads. Has he talked about Biscotti? No, he hasn't. You're just trying to be witty because his name is Scotty. So you're going to call him Biscotti Barnes? What the fuck are you doing, Raptors admin? You're supposed to be showing us dunk highlights. You're supposed to be showing us behind the scenes stuff. Why are you fucking drawing little kids' pictures and posting it on your social media all the time? You guys get the fuck away from this motif. Seriously. It was cute when you did the NBA paint logo this summer and you sold some shirts and hats. But continuing to do this shit with bullshit like Biscotti Barnes, like what the fuck is that? Seriously. Biscotti Barnes. Dunk him in coffee because he's a fucking tea cookie. Like, what the fuck is this? Seriously, Raptors admin. What are you doing? Slim Duck has got a picture of himself on the wall, and he's also saying rest in peace to his grandpa. That's sad, man. I guess Chris Boucher's grandfather died yesterday. I hate that. Jamal McGlure celebrating Tayshaun Prince, getting the Hall of Fame, and still showing clips from the Hall of Fame ceremony this weekend with the Redeem team. LeBron James is in the Hall of Fame, and he still plays in the NBA. That's crazy to me, man. That's crazy. All right, there's the Instagram stories. Crazy. A little bit of a rant against Raptors admin for Biscotti Barnes. Like, what the fuck is that? Seriously. Childish ass shit. Can y'all make a separate channel called Raptors for Kids and just do a Raptors for Kids channel? You might do that. Do that better. We can have an adult channel for the adults, and y'all can do your little crazy drawings for kids somewhere else and do a whole kids-oriented kind of Raptors social media account. That would be great. You could do that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just in some ways we keep them separated. I like a mature, more adult presentation of the Toronto Raptors. Me personally, that's just how I am. Ahmed saying, is Serge going to play somewhere next year? I don't know. He's contemplating retiring. Seriously. I mean, he's been playing in Germany. He's played in Spain in the last couple years. He's not played in the NBA for a few years now. It's not likely he'll come back and play in the NBA. It's really kind of when is he going to decide to hang it up professionally, internationally in basketball, and really pivot into his art, which is his music, his fashion, his philanthropy, his endorsements, his YouTube channel. I don't know. We'll have to see what he's going to do. That's right. You didn't see the thing of RJ Carrot? No, did they do an RJ Carrot too? Oh, fuck. I'm glad I didn't see that. Seriously, why? RJ Carrot? Because his name's RJ Barrett. You can call him RJ Carrot. And they made a little carrot guy and they called him RJ Carrot? No. No. This is childish shit. These guys are serious athletes. They're paid millions of dollars, and there's a lot riding on them. We don't need this childish shit around. Seriously. Oh my gosh. At least we weren't the only team with it. They made spam out of bio too. Oh my gosh. And was it spam? Like the thing that comes in a can, that weird cooked meat shit? Spam out of bio. Oh my gosh. NBA Paint needs to be stopped. NBA Paint needs to be stopped. NBA Paint needs to be stopped in the paint. NBA Paint needs to stop. They're all foods. Is that what they're doing? They're trying to be dad puns with foods with NBA players' names. Oh my gosh, just stop. Just stop. Stop, NBA Paint. Stop. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. All right, let me keep going. Raptors Reddit reactions. Let's go. All right, let's see. You guys, they're at open tryouts right now on Raptors Reddit, on the official Raptors Reddit. They are looking for moderators. They need moderators on Raptors Reddit because people are out of control on there. So they want to know if you would like to become a moderator on Reddit for the Raptors Reddit subreddit. Man, you can get in there right now. They have an opening in positions. They haven't needed someone for 5 years. So this is not often this opens up. So if you want some power in Raptors social media, go be a moderator on Raptors Reddit. Come on now. Somebody's asking this on Reddit. What would you consider a successful season for Emmanuel Quickley this year? All right, this guy said this is goofy. Let me see. He didn't write this too much. All right, this is RVA Lova for life. I said 2 months ago that IQ was the most important Raptor this season. Perhaps that was slightly hyperbolic, but it wasn't much. I truly do not believe the Raptors can succeed this year if IQ does not have a good and healthy season. I want to know what you all would consider success this season for Emmanuel Quickley. Role numbers, performance, all of it. What's a good season this year for IQ in your eyes? For me, I think that the most important thing with IQ is health. It doesn't matter what his stats are exactly. Once again, I'm going to say this. It's going to be very fluid between the starting five of the Raptors, who's going to be scoring what. And we can't bank on these guys consistently doing the same big, huge numbers. Some nights, Emmanuel could have a huge night because the matchup, and he gets a 40-point game. So gauging Emmanuel on a night-by-night basis by his stats is not the thing to gauge him by. The one thing you should gauge Emmanuel on this year is whether he's healthy to play in the games. We want to see him play in 70-plus games at least, if not get to all 82. So that's what I'm looking at. Because I know Emmanuel worked hard this summer. I know Emmanuel looked really damn good at Remy in Hollywood last week. And in some ways, it doesn't matter what he does on the court. Because if he's healthy and on the court, he's going to be badass. It's just about having him healthy and having him available for those games. That's my only expectation. A successful year for Emmanuel Quickley is him being healthy in itself. That's it. Everything else will be taken care of. As long as he's on the court, he's going to be fine. Trust me. As long as he's on the court, he's going to be fine. That's it. And this guy in the first answer is saying staying healthy is the bigger one. That's it. That's it. This guy, nobody's saying exactly what I just said. Beyond that, I'd like to see him be efficient on good volume from behind the arc, somewhere around 37% three-point percentage with a good assist-to-turnover ratio. Boom goes a dynamite. This guy's got the first right, and the second and the third sound right to me too. We want him to be a good shooter and to get a good assist-to-turnover ratio. There you go. This guy knows it. Nobody, you know your stuff. If you're watching me, good job, nobody. Yeah, nothing on Blue Skies. Happy birthday to Jordan Nwora. Jordan Nwora of Buffalo, a guy who actually wanted to play the Raptors, came from across the border, came and played for us for a little while in a trade for Siakam. And, well, happy birthday, Jordan Nwora. We're going to wish you a happy birthday today. Today, Jordan is 27 years old. So happy birthday to former Raptor, Jordan Wara. Wara. That's right. Yeah. Masai in town for Tiff. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. The big wig coming through and saying hi to everybody in Toronto and saying, yeah, I'm still around. Ed Rogers can't kick me out of the country or the city. That's right. I am Canadian. I am Canadian, Molson Canadian. And I will be here and I will be at TIFF and I will be important still, Ed Rogers. Fuck you. 2-finger salute to you. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. All right, let's see. We got a 9-9. We got a 9-9 classic card we're going to do here. Man, if I don't figure out a trivia, like, you know what I almost did last night? Because I was like, man, you're not figuring out a trivia very easy, Lex. Why don't you just do a series of classic cards for the trivia today? Just do a bunch of classic cards for the whole show. And I'm like, man, that's like your cop out. If I do a trivia where it's just classic cards, that means I ran out of ideas. Let's just put it that way. If you see this box be the main trivia for the day, that means Lex is struggling. Just so you know. There's a corn on the cobby portis. Oh, no, that's horrible. Corn on the cobby portis. Yeah, NBA paint needs to be stopped. He needs to be stopped. Just like somebody driving to the basket. He needs to be stopped. Charles Oakley, put NBA paint on his ass, please. Right now. Right now, put NBA paint on his ass. I think we've had this card before. I don't care. We're going to do it again. Full card, full name answer. Go on and get it. It's easy. You know who that is. I think we've had this card. I don't remember. That's Chris Mullin with him. Getting all up close. Chris Mullin, St. John's, Dream Teamer. That's right. But who is that in the middle there? This guy, classic card of the day, Kings. Full name answer, please. If you know who that player is. That's right. Bill Wennington is right. Reggie got in there just before Ahmet. Yeah, it is Bill Wennington. It's a great Canadian. Bill Wennington from Montreal, NBA champion a few times. He's actually, this is a fun fact. I think, no, wait, he isn't. He's the second Canadian to win the NBA championship. He's the second. The first Canadian to ever win an NBA championship was Mike Schreck. He was on the Lakers and Showtime in the 80s. Mike Schreck is the first Canadian to win an NBA championship. But I think Bill Wennington was the first one to win multiple NBA championships on that first three-peat for the Bulls in the 90s. Yeah, Bill Wennington. Yeah, that Italian guy forgot his name. You forgot his name? This is not an Italian guy. That is Bill Wennington. He's French-Canadian. And Smooth got the card today. Smooth Brown Man got that card. All right, Bill Wennington. He knows his Canadian NBA players. That's right. Bill Wennington. Smooth, just in there before Ahmet. That's an accomplishment in itself. We know Fast Fingers Ahmet, man. He is quick. 100 for Smooth on the classic card. Not a totally hard one. Not a totally hard one. Wennington was good in school. What school did he go to? He went to St. John's. So that's interesting. That's like his teammate. They were playing with each other in university, Chris Mullin and Bill Wennington. Maybe that's why they're so up close to each other. It's like Chris is like, I know Bill personally. I can get really intimate with him. Let me rub my chest on his shoulder here. You know, something I don't know. That's weird, man. Anyway, yeah, Bill Wennington, classic card of the day. Yeah, classic card of the day. All right, are we done? Yeah, I think we're done. Pretty much done here. Unless you guys have any other subjects you guys want to bring up real quick, we'll get out of here. I'll do the wrap up. So, yeah, today we did trivia on the Blue Jays at the Raptors game and the Raptors at the Blue Jays game. And I hope you enjoyed it. This was in celebration of the Blue Jays being the number one team in Major League Baseball right now on September the 9th. Yeah, it's that 9-9 portal. I just want to wish RJ Barrett all the best today on 9-9. Love you, man. And, we're thinking about your family all the time. We're always thinking about your brother. That's right. We always keep your brother in our thoughts. Nathan, for sure. For sure. So happy 9-9 to 9. RJ Barrett. That's right. That's right. All right. I think we're done, man. That's it. Eurobasket. Let's go check in on the game real quick. Right now it's Turkey 46-32 at halftime. Alperen Sengun taking control and giving them a 14-point lead over Jordan Lloyd in Poland. So, yeah, watch the Eurobasket if you want to. There's a great game later on, Lithuania versus Greece. Jonas Valanciunas. Yeah, let's go, Jonas. That's right. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching the Rap Freak stream. Oh, I didn't do the straight goods on Canadian goods. Where did that tab go? I had a straight goods on Canadian. That's why I didn't do it, because that tab disappeared real quick. Straight goods on Canadian goods. Well, why don't we just do what were we going to do for straight goods? I'm trying to remember. I had it. I don't know why that tab closed. I had it. Okay, I know where it is. I'm going to find it. What was the company I was going to push? Let me see. It's up top here. It is. Oh yeah, it was it's a it's a cleaning company called Down East. Down East Cleaning Products are Atlantic Canada based Canadian and manufacturing of sustainable products. Yeah, there's ownership is in Atlantic Canada. So if you see the product line Down East Cleaning Products, they have dish soap and laundry detergent. That's a good Canadian company, 100% on the Canadian score. So yeah, Down East Cleaning Products. Do you want to support Canada while you're cleaning your house? Go get Down East. And it's a company out of Atlantic Canada. There you go. There's your straight goods on Canadian goods. That's right. I had to get that in. It's not like I have an obligation to advertising. I do that out of the kindness of my heart. There you go. All right. I appreciate everybody. Tomorrow will be Wow Wednesday. Wow, wow, wow. Masai Ujiri, you're amazing. We love you. Wow, we love you. That's right. And yeah, Thursday Think Tank after that. So if you want to call in the show, you can do that. Yeah, I'm wearing the Blue Jays gear today. That's right. Let's go, Blue Jays. Let's go, Blue Jays. Let's go, Blue Jays. 99% chance they're going to be in the postseason. That's what it's saying. Cool Cat saying, have a great day, everyone. All right, y'all. Bless. Have a great day. Touch grass. Enjoy your time in the sun. Wow, it's still this time before winter. That's what I say right now. It's getting a little cooler. Peace out to you, Neil. I hope you're having a great day, Blackhawk. All the best, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and join. Yeah, W Stream, W Community, WU champion. That's right, my guy. All right, let's go. Blue Jays. Yeah.